Some stories are never finished, they're just filed away. Welcome to Chronicles of the Obscure. In the 1930s, the dense jungles of Costa Rica's Diquís Delta held secrets buried for centuries. The United Fruit Company, relentlessly clearing the land for banana plantations, stumbled upon something extraordinary. As heavy machinery tore through the undergrowth, workers uncovered massive, almost perfectly round stone spheres, some weighing over 16 tons. These monolithic sculptures, silent and enigmatic, had been hidden from the modern world. Photographs from the era capture the astonishment. Men dwarfed by these giant, unnatural orbs, standing in the muddy clearings like discoverers on another planet. What were they? Who made them? And why were they here, hidden in the heart of the jungle? The answers would prove to be as elusive as the civilization that created them. These incredible artifacts, known as Las Bolas, are the legacy of the pre-Columbian Diquís culture, which flourished in this region from roughly 300 to 1500 AD. Over 300 of these spheres have been found, ranging in size from just a few centimeters across, small enough to fit in your palm, to colossal giants over 2 meters in diameter. Their precision is breathtaking. Many are so close to being perfect spheres that modern engineers marvel at how they were achieved. The material itself adds another layer to the mystery. Most are carved from gabbro, a hard, igneous rock similar to granite. The nearest quarries for this stone are often miles away, across difficult terrain of mountains and rivers. Imagine the sheer effort. The Diquís people had no metal tools, no beasts of burden, and certainly no laser-guided cutting equipment. Archaeologists believe they used a painstaking process of pecking and grinding with other stones, slowly and meticulously shaping the boulders. They would likely heat the stone and then rapidly cool it with water to fracture off large pieces, before beginning the long, slow process of shaping and polishing. This wasn't the work of a few weeks or months. It was a generational commitment of labor and skill, a feat of staggering patience. These spheres weren't just objects. They were monumental undertakings, central to the lives of the people who made them. But the most profound question remained unanswered. Why? The purpose of the Diquís Spheres is one of archaeology's great unsolved puzzles. When they were first rediscovered, a frenzy of speculation and treasure hunting began. Local legends whispered that the spheres contained gold, leading many to be dynamited, drilled, or cracked open by hopeful looters. Others were simply rolled into ravines or moved to decorate the lawns of wealthy collectors, forever severing them from their original locations. This destruction was a tragedy, because the key to their meaning likely lay not just in the spheres themselves, but in their arrangement. Archaeologists who arrived later found hints of deliberate placement. Some spheres were found in linear arrangements, or in geometric patterns like triangles and parallelograms, often oriented with the cardinal directions. This has led to compelling theories. Could they have been astronomical tools, a giant observatory to track the movements of the sun, moon, and stars, perhaps marking solstices for agricultural or ceremonial purposes? Another theory suggests they were giant maps of the constellations, the heavens brought down to Earth. Or perhaps their meaning was more terrestrial. Were they status symbols, with larger spheres belonging to more powerful chiefs and clans? Were they territorial markers, delineating the boundaries of different communities? The truth is, we don't know for sure, because the very context that could have provided the answers was destroyed before the questions could be properly asked. Despite the early damage, the fight to understand and preserve these magnificent artifacts continues. In 2014, a collection of sphere sites was granted UNESCO World Heritage status, recognizing their outstanding universal value and giving them a new level of protection. Modern archaeology is now applying new techniques to piece together the puzzle, using advanced surveying technology and ground-penetrating radar. Researchers are uncovering new spheres and mapping their precise locations without disturbing them. Excavations at sites like Finca 6 have revealed spheres associated with artificial mounds and paved areas, suggesting they were central features of public plazas and ceremonial centers. This evidence points away from a single, simple explanation. The spheres were likely multifunctional, their meaning shifting depending on their size, location, and the people interacting with them. They were deeply woven into the social and spiritual fabric of Diquís life. They may have symbolized the cosmos, represented ancestral lineages, or marked the political power of a village. In a culture with no written language, these spheres turned the entire landscape into a text, a three-dimensional map of their society and their beliefs. Each placement was a statement, each alignment a sentence in a story we can now only partially read. They were, in essence, the cultural anchors of a world now lost to time. The stone spheres of the Diquís are more than just archaeological curiosities. They are enduring monuments to the ingenuity and sophisticated worldview of an ancient American culture. They challenge our assumptions about what primitive societies could achieve, demonstrating a mastery of engineering and a deep connection to the cosmos. They serve as a powerful, silent reminder that some of the greatest treasures of human history are fragile, and that the greatest mysteries are often the ones we almost lost before we even knew they existed. These stones don't speak, but they force us to listen to the quiet echoes of the past, to wonder about the people who dedicated their lives to shaping the very rock of their world into a perfect, eternal form. What other stories remain buried, waiting to be rediscovered? Thanks for joining us on this journey into the enigmatic past. If you're fascinated by the unsolved mysteries of history, make sure to subscribe to Chronicles of the Obscure for more investigations into the world's most puzzling artifacts. See you next time.